Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to walk through this Leetcode problem, house robber number 2. So if you haven't solved house robber number 1, I suggest you to solve that problem first because this problem is built on top of that. And let's see. This question was asked by eBay, Microsoft, Amazon in the past 6 months. Let's dive in. So the difference between this problem and that problem was, and also I will leave the video for that problem, house robber number 1, in the description down below. So the difference between the two problem was, in this case, the house are in a circle. So that means if you rob house number 1, in this case there are only 3 houses and they stay in a circle. And if you rob house number 1, and you cannot rob house number 3, okay. And if this example was in a house number, in the previous problem, house robber number 1, and the highest amount would be first house plus the third house, so it total will be 4. But in this case, we cannot do that, so we can only rob the house in the middle. So that's the difference. And for example number 2, we are robbing house number 1 and house number 3. So the solution will be the same for for this problem and also for the prior problem. And for this one, so if this example was in house robber number 1, so the best we can do is to rob house 1 and house 3, which is 4, amount of 4. But because there are 2 houses that are adjacent, so the best we can do is just rob the third house. Okay. So the way to solve this problem is to apply the solution that is for house robber number 1. Okay. So essentially, we can do input the 2 arrays, right? And basically, we can decompose this array to 2 sections. So we can look at the array from here to here. This is not the best example. From here, the first element, to the one that before, the second to the last element. So this is one of the array that is input to the function. And then secondly, we can choose from the second house all the way to the last house. And then we take the max between the 2 answer. So let's walk through that. The code is not too bad, as you can see. So this is the main line actually. We take the max and then put the array. So this is basically this array include all the houses from the first one all the way to the second to the last, right? And this is the amount that come back from the function. The same function for house robber number 1. Okay, and then the second argument is to take the maximum between this, and we go from the second house all the way to the last house. Take the maximum between the 2. Okay, and this function is basically a dynamic programming method to solve the house robber number 1. And again, I suggest you to watch that video, and that explains pretty well how it works. And also we cover some edge cases. So yeah, let's solve that, submit that, and as you can see, so for time complexity, so it's the same as the time complexity for house robber number 1. It's a big O n, and space complexity is big O of n as well, because we need a dynamic programming array to solve to save all the intermediate step. We can optimize the space complexity, but I'm going to leave that as an exercise for you. So yeah, so this is the solution, my solution to this question problem. I hope this is helpful. If it is, please like and subscribe, and don't trust this solution, try yourself. Thank you for watching.